You won't believe this, but banks have a ridiculous rule. They won't accept checks from strangers. Of course, unless you're a bigwig like this pilot, in designer clothes with flight attendants by his side, like on a red carpet. The hotel manager treats him like VIP. Even kids run up for autographs. This job's prestige is clear. No wonder they're little pilots. So Frank writes a letter to his dad claiming he's gonna be a pilot, but really, he's just playing the role of a campus reporter, sneaking around for some juicy pilot info. He learned pilots must hold an FAA license, and the supervisor proudly showed his. Frank rushes to ask if he can photocopy it for his article, and the supervisor just waves it off and gives it to him. See what a generous guy. The supervisor doesn't need to fly anymore. His license is nearly expired, so who cares? But that careless moment opened up a huge loophole for Frank. He used that not-so-expired pilot license to get himself a custom pilot uniform from the company suppliers. And the craziest part? He doesn't need to pay $164 it's on the airline. And just like that, Frank transforms from a nobody high school kid to a beloved pilot, with the crowd giving him looks of absolute dorsey. It's like he's the star of pilot uniform worked wonders. At the bank, he easily cashes the fake check, and the manager who wanted to kick him out before is now all smiles. Even the hotel is ready to accommodate him. The front desk informs him that personal checks can be cashed for up to $100. But if it's an airline salary check, the amount can go up to $300. So Frank decides to create a fake pilot salary check. He softened a toy plane in water, removed the logo, and stuck it on a forged check. Crafty, right? Subtitles. He then pressed it flat under a whole pile of books, walked into the bank with an air of dignity, specifically choosing a young female teller as his target, who promptly fell for the trick. She enthusiastically explained check coding and shared tips on fraud prevention to Frank. Days later, Frank appears at an auction, buying a retired bank's maker machine. This, he can print anti-fraud codes on fake checks, fooling even seasoned experts. As model planes fill the tub, fake checks are mass-produced, real vs fake hard to distinguish. To spread the risk, Frank uses his pilot perks to hop all over the country robbing banks, raking in a cool $1.03 million in just a year. Frank's life has shattered his parents' marriage, so he thinks cash can patch it up, so he gives his dad a gift box, and inside is a key to a limited edition sport. He hopes that accepts the gesture to ease the awkwardness, but guess what? His dad's under government watch. An undone tax case on him driving a fancy sports car. That's a fast track to jail. Subtitle: Dad comforts Frank by telling him not to worry, asserting that one day he will make a comeback. But when the topic turns to Mom, he appears to lack confidence. Dad reminisces about how he met Mom, see a story he's told Frank countless times. But this time, he stumbles through it, maybe because time moves on and the past is just the sea-path. When things change, sweet memories turn into pain sources. Dad pours Frank a drink, wishing him well. But he also sees through his son's ruse. How could a pilot afford a luxury car in just a few months? As he leaves, he drops a profound line, hinting he might just be onto Frank's real hustle. By now, the FBI got their eye on Frank, because ripping off $1.03 million. That's no trifling matter. In the 60s, that was a whopping sum. They analyzed Frank's methods and sent 3 undercover detectives on his trail. They set their sights on a resort hotel near Hollywood, while Frank blissfully returns to his room, tools in tow. Detective Carl sneaks in behind him, only to find the room completely empty. Just then, the sound of a toilet flushing echoes, and Frank casually strolls out, nonchalantly introducing all of his tools. See what a pro. The caption shows his demeanor seems to convey the message: Emilia, fellow professional who arrived here before you. And he enthusiastically hands Carl a wallet containing all of his credentials. Just as Carl prepares to take a look, Frank quickly pulls back the curtains, pointing out the window. Lo and behold, there is indeed a suspect being escorted below. Carlo was his god, totally unaware that those two are just Frank's neighbors. Watching Carl get played, Frank decides to turn the tables, asking Carl for his ID, and prepared to meet his partner with all of his tools in hand. "You hold tight, I trust you." But before Carl can do anything, the suspect is already caught. See, he's never had such an easy case. Yet something feels off. When he finally opens Frank's wallet, he finds no ID, just a bunch of useless brand labels. It hits him how he's been played, and by the time he looks back out the window, Frank's already swaggering off into the sunset. Later, Carl feels ashamed of his oversight, but his superiors want him to drop the case. He's been grinding for 12 years and is on the verge of a promotion. But if he can't catch Frank, it's like a specialist tripping over their own feet in their own field. See, that's downright embarrassing. After all, the biggest fear for any con artist is having their true colors revealed. Soon enough, Frank's story makes it to the papers, and the media dubs him Airborne 7. Overjoyed by the fame, Frank rushes to imitate James Bond's signature style. He even had a matching silver sports car made, and at the hotel, met a model offering $1,000 for coaching. Even though he has the right check value, he pulls out a $1,400 check and slyly pockets $400 cash from the model. Meanwhile, Frank is living the dream while Carl is grinding away, desperately trying to uncover Frank's true identity. On Christmas Eve, Frank actually called Carl to apologize for teasing him.